What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin. Welcome back to the channel. And today I have another game pickups video for you. We've got a lot of stuff to go over, so I'm gonna try to kind of spit through it a little fast compared to last time. But first, let's start with these sports games. So I got NBA 2K13 for the 360, All-Pro Football 2K8. I've never played this, but I've been over to a buddy's house and watched him play it, so that's why I wanted to pick it up. Plus, the 2K football games, they just tend to be better. NCAA Football 11. Never played this. Not really a big college guy either. I believe that's Tim Tebow on the cover, though. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11. Haven't played this one in particular, but I've been playing Tiger Woods games like my whole life, so I figured I got a really good deal on it. I'd just go ahead and add it to the pile. We got Madden 2006 for the original Xbox, Madden 08, 9, 11, 12, and 13 for the 360. I don't know why, but for some reason I want to collect all of the Madden games. At least they're not super expensive. All right, next up, I've got some more 360 stuff to show you. I got DJ Hero. I don't actually have the turntable, so I'm on the lookout for that. But I wanted to go ahead and grab this since it was only a few bucks. Fable 2, I haven't played this, but I watched a friend a long time ago play through this game, and it's pretty sweet having a dog as a companion. Unfortunately, that friend's no longer with us, so RIP, he was one of my best friends. But I did play the first Fable a lot, and I know that this is a good game, so I had to have it. Kane and Lynch Deadman, Xbox 360. I've never played this one, but I hear that this series is really good, and it's made by a good developer, Eidos, however you say it. I believe they worked on some of the Tomb Raider games back in the day. So we'll take a shot on it. Also need to get a new case because that thing's kind of screwed up. Army of Two, 40th Day. These are really good couch co-op games, so I had to pick this up. I need to get the first and third one too. They're difficult games, by the way. All right, this one's made by Bethesda. It's called Dishonored. I'm sure everybody knows about it. I personally haven't played it, but you know what? It's always looked cool and appealed to me. So we're going to give it a shot. 99 Nights. Now, this game right here is a lot like Dynasty Warriors, and it's actually pretty sweet, so I had to have this one. I need to get a copy of the second game for the collection. All right, I know I said I'm collecting all the Maddens. I'm also collecting all the wrestling games that I can, and I'm also collecting all of the Call of Duty games. So on 360, we've got Call of Duty 2, Modern Warfare, World at War, and Black Ops 2. And obviously, out of these four, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is the best one. And the last stuff to show on Xbox 360 this week, we've got SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 and 2010. I believe 2010 was the first time that they introduced the Universe mode. And I believe 2008 was the last time they had GM mode until 2K23. Excuse me, 2K22. All right, got a couple of PS4 games. One is Cold War. This is a great game. I played the campaign through this one. Highly recommend it if you haven't played it. And Marvel Spider-Man Game of the Year Edition. Now, this game is freaking awesome. I mean, by this point, I think everybody that's had a PlayStation 4 has played this game. And, of course, the sequel to this game is coming out soon. So, looking forward to playing that. All right, still a good amount of stuff to show. So, we're going to go into some PS2 stuff right now. We got Showdown, Legends of Wrestling. Never played this game, but if you look at all the wrestlers on the cover, obviously I've got to have it if I'm going to collect all the wrestling games. And it's made by Acclaim, so I'm sure it's a good time. One of the best racing games of all time, Need for Speed Carbon. I'm pretty sure this is on PS3 and 360 as well, but I got a really good price on it, so I couldn't pass it up on PS2. One of my favorite games, I used to actually call this my favorite video game of all time, Indigo Prophecy. This is made by Quantic Dream, the same people that make Heavy Rain. And it's like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of video game. Absolutely love it. It's very cinematic. If you haven't played this game, you can buy it on Steam. It's called Fahrenheit, Indigo Prophecy. Fahrenheit was the title in other countries, so. Next up, we've got Bully, classic game from Rockstar here. They were under a lot of scrutiny back in the day for making M-rated games and kids being attracted to them. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to play Grand Theft Auto? So they came out with a T-rated game called Bully, and I wish they'd make a sequel to this game. However, I don't know how they would do it, and they probably don't have time since they gotta milk everybody with Grand Theft Auto. But this is a great game. And speaking of Rockstar, gotta have the classic Grand Theft Auto 3. Unfortunately, I don't believe this copy came with the map. Nope, just the manual. But if you're going to collect games, you have to have this game. Next up, personally, my favorite Tony Hawk game of all time. That's the original Tony Hawk Underground. Great storyline. I wish they would remake or remaster this game because this game needs to come back. All right, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Next up, we got the greatest hits copy of Resident Evil 2. Absolutely love this franchise. This is my favorite game in the franchise, especially the remake. So I definitely had to add that to the collection. It's got both discs. But yeah, I don't really care that it's the greatest hits version, by the way. I know a lot of people do care about that, but it don't bug me. Next up for the Super Nintendo, got Donkey Kong Country 3. Now, I do need to buy another cartridge for this game because the one that came with it has like stickers on it and stuff. And there's no manual, so it's not complete. But I got a really good deal on this for just being the game in the box, so I couldn't pass it up. And I put it in a little plastic case to keep it safe. But overall, it's in good condition. You know? So, can't argue with that. I never thought that I would collect complete in-box Super Nintendo games. Or, you know, Nintendo games in general. But this is the third game with the box that I have from Nintendo. All right, next up, we've got Rage in the Cage, which is another wrestling game for the Sega CD. Now, I've never owned a Sega CD, and I've never played this game, but I had to pick it up because, you know, not only am I a game collector, but I'm a wrestling collector, and that includes buying the wrestling games. But, I mean, this is pretty sweet, man. These little layouts for the cases and stuff, I know they wanted to compact everything later on, like with the PS1, but this is sweet, man. I like this extra touch of the foam here. Even though I don't think that disc would ever get damaged like that, it's still cool that they cared enough to do that. All right, the last two games that we have to show today are both for the Nintendo Switch. The first one is Pokemon Legends Arceus. I've completed this game, but I think there's still some like post-game stuff that I need to do. So I wanted to get this one back to get that done, you know, obviously. I really like the control differences and gameplay differences that they made with this one. And then they implemented it into Scarlet and Violet. Really cool, man. And great Pokedex in this game. I hope they make a sequel to this. All right, everyone, we're down to the final game for this week's pickups video. And this is a game that when I show it, you're going to be like, I cannot believe you haven't played this game. This game has been recommended to me at least a dozen times every month since I've owned a Nintendo Switch, which has been forever. I'm not really huge into this franchise, but from what I've been hearing and from what I've seen, it's a lot different than every other game in the franchise, so I probably will like this one. And finally found a good enough deal on it to take a risk, whether I like it or not. Either way, I won't get rid of it because it's just a classic Nintendo franchise. But that would be Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know. I haven't played it. Of course, I've seen gameplay of it. I've seen gameplay of Tears of the Kingdom, which is, you know, quite similar. But we're gonna give this one a spin, probably this weekend, actually, because I'm tired of people recommending it and me always having to let them down and say, no, I haven't played it. I will play it this weekend for sure. Well, guys, that concludes the pickups video for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to have a couple more videos coming out this weekend. Also, about to hit 3,000 subscribers on the channel. So thank you guys so much. I still am flattered every day when I see that subscribe number go up. Cannot believe it, but I'm here for it, and I appreciate you all. And I'm so happy that I can make so many people, you know, smile and laugh. At the expense of other people, of course. Catch you in the next one.